England have released their squad for the Nations Championship. Now, they have a few really fun games coming up. I mean, that South Africa game, first of all, that's probably the big one, starting off with a bang. And if you are an England fan, you probably are thinking that first game against South Africa probably is your best chance to get that really big win. I mean, South Africa's only played one game now against the Barbarians, not their best performance either. I mean, I am a Springbok fan, but I'm going into this as a neutral. I have to think of this game, I have to think of this England squad and their chances as a neutral. And I think their best chance in the last few years to beat South Africa is this first game, because South Africa's just played the Barbarians without a full strength team. Most of those guys have been playing in Japan, and normally when the Springboks come back from these kind of periods where they're playing overseas and in Japan, it takes a little while for them to actually get into their groove, get into the swing of things really. The first few games are always sketchy. Those warm-up games, we normally play Georgia, we normally play a different team as well, like a Portugal or something like that. And it normally is, or a Barbarians, and it normally is, it takes a while for the Springbok team to really get to their best. They don't actually always start the season at their best. This is just something I've realized over the last few years. So I do believe this is England's best chance to get a very big win away from home. And I mean, what a win it would be. It would probably be the best England win in recent years. I mean, the last time England played together as an actual England team, they almost beat France in Paris in what was one of the best Six Nations games I've ever seen. But in this video, I'm going to go over the squad, talk a bit about the selections, and also kind of give my thoughts on some of these selections and who I think might be the guys to look out for in the tournament. But before we do, if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I appreciate all the support, all the comments. Really, honestly, from the Six Nations, the England fans were absolutely awesome in the comments, awesome to talk to, awesome to have a chat with. So if you do enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button and stick around. There's going to be a lot more content. And if you are an England fan, I will be doing predicted lineups, match previews, match reactions, and player ratings as well for all the Nations Championship games and all the games throughout the year as well. So it's going to be busy, but it's going to be very fun. But let's get right into the squad announcement here. So in the forwards have gone, I think Jamie George is the captain. I think Maury Itoje is confirmed not to be going with. He's confirmed not to be traveling to South Africa. He's getting a rest. I think a well-deserved rest, because he's had a lot of stuff happening like within his personal life. He's played a lot of rugby as well. I think it's a good thing that he's having a rest, because I wouldn't say I want all the players to have a rest, but I think for his situation, it does make a lot of sense right now. But looking at the forwards, Ollie Chesham, Arthur Clark, Alex Coles, Luke Cowan-Dickie, Tom Curry, Theo Dan, Ben Earl, Charlie Ewells, that's a bit of a shocker for me, but like a good shock to see. Greg Visselau, Ellis Genge, Jamie George as captain, Joe Hayes, Ted Hill, George Kloska, George Martin, Beno Abono, Asher Apoku for Joe, Guy Pepper, Henry Pollock, and Vilikesa Sela. So some really exciting forwards there. And I think that one thing I like about the forward pack that selected the whole forward group is it doesn't look exactly like it's been looking the last few years. I think it's the same for Ireland as well, kind of. The same for South Africa especially as well. The same for the All Blacks. There's some new faces, and you can definitely see that form is being rewarded. It is a year out from the World Cup. They probably are aware of some of their players that are 100% going to be the guys going. I mean, a guy like a Jamie George, pretty sure we know he's going to go to the World Cup. Guys like Maury Itoje, Ollie Chesham. But there's other guys as well here. Like you still have questions to ask about a guy like Guy Pepper. You still have questions to ask if Henry Pollock is a starter or does he play off the bench. Greg Visselau as well. He's been absolutely awesome. Can he get some really good game time, because he deserves it? There's some really good players as well. Asher Apoku Fojo. These are some really good players here in the squad. Youngsters, experience, inexperience. I really do like this forward pack. Looking at this forward pack, do I think they're going to go to South Africa and absolutely dominate the Springbok forward pack? No, but I think that'll be a very good learning lesson for these guys. But I don't think these guys are a pushover at all. I think this is a really solid forward pack, and I'm very excited to watch some of these guys. There's some really good names there. Hoping that guys like Theo Dan can get more of an opportunity. He hasn't had an opportunity for a while now as well. Ben Earl's been absolutely awesome every time he plays. Can Tom Curry get through a tournament without an injury? Can he actually get some consistent game time as well? I think there's a lot of questions to ask throughout this tournament with regards to combinations. Who is the lock combination? Now, first of all, does Ollie Chesham play at lock? Does he play in the loose forwards? And what is the loose forward combination? And now that other guys aren't there, like Will Stewart, who are your props right now? Who is your front row? Who are going to be the guys that can also come off the bench and put in a big performance after those guys like Ellis Genge or Joe Hayes come off the field? Because in the Six Nations, there definitely was a lot of more questions that needed to be answered than there were answers being made and answers being given. So I'd hopefully from this tournament, I hope to see a lot more of those questions answered for this forward pack and for the entire England team as well, because it's the same thing in the back line. But let's go to the back line. Seb Atkinson, Noah Caliori, Emmanuel Faye-Waboso, George Ford, Tommy Freeman, George Furbank, Bernard Janssen for Rensburg, we'll get into that one now, Alex Mitchell, Caden Murley, Max Ajomo, Henry Slade, Finn Smith, Marcus Smith, Ben Spencer, Freddie Stewart, and Jack van Poortvliet. So, I mean, obviously there's no Ollie Lawrence there as well. Did I read that right? Yeah, there's no Ollie Lawrence in the squad right now. So I'm pretty sure guys like a Bernard Janssen for Rensburg, guys like a Max Ajomo will get a lot more game time throughout this. So that is unfortunate for England, because a guy like Ollie Lawrence is one of the key players for England when he is healthy. He played like, what, 1 or 2 games? I think it was 1 game in the Six Nations. He was absolutely awesome in that Ireland game. He was one of the only guys actually standing out and making an impact in that Ireland game. So a big loss for England, but I also think it gives other guys an opportunity to play. I mean, Seb Atkinson was pretty good when he played. Was it Seb Atkinson alongside Tommy Freeman? Didn't really work out in my opinion, and I do think Tommy Freeman just needs to stay on the wing. I think for me it's clear Faye-Waboso and Tommy Freeman should be the wings. Yes, you can put Tommy Freeman at outside centre, but I think just play him in the position he's the best at, where he can make the most impact. He's a very good finisher, he's good under the high ball. Play him in the position he's the most comfortable at. But then there has to be other selection questions answered as well, like, is Bernard Janssen for Rensburg going to be in the mix? Can he get himself in the mix? I think he only becomes eligible on the 8th of July, so I'm not too sure if he will be playing against South Africa. That's just something I read. I don't know if it's true, but sometimes you have to read these things and take into account they might be true. So I think for that first game, Bernard Janssen for Rensburg probably won't be available, but I'm pretty sure we will see guys like a Max Ajomo as well. So there's a lot of good players here. It's going to be very interesting to see how they manage this group. Is George Ford going to be the guy at 10 for them? Is it going to be Finn Smith? Is Marcus Smith going to be at fullback? Is Freddie Stewart going to be the fullback? For me personally, I think they have to start playing guys more like a Jack van Poortvliet or a Marcus Smith, even if those guys are coming off the bench together, because it seems to me right now that a lot of these guys are getting good game time, but they just keep going with the same guys and not giving other guys an opportunity consistently to really show what they're made of. Like, I would love to see a guy like Noah Caliori, who is absolutely awesome for a youngster, getting some game time, whether it's off the bench or whether it's against a Fiji or an Argentina, which would still be a very tough game. I'd like to see him get those opportunities. But now we don't know what's going to happen until next week. I will still be doing videos of my predicted lineup and who I think England is going to pick for that first game. So that video is coming out later this week. That should be very exciting. But they have questions to answer. Is Alex Mitchell the starting 9? Is Ben Spencer the starting 9? Is Jack van Poortvliet the starting 9? Is George Ford going to be the 10? Is Finn Smith going to be the 10? Is Tommy Freeman going to be an outside centre, or is he going to be a wing? Are they actually going to give Max Ajomo some game time? Because I've seen a lot of England fans really wanting him to get some consistent game time. There's a lot of little things that need to be answered here. Is George Furbank going to be the fullback? Is it going to be Marcus Smith? Is it going to be Freddie Stewart? The whole theme with this England team right now is there's so many questions, there's so many good players, there's so many good possible combinations, but they still haven't figured it out yet. And I honestly think you can just see that the coaching staff, the selectors, are unsure of what they think of all these things going on. They are absolutely unsure, because other coaches, other people, yes, a guy like Andre Esterhuizen is the best 12 in South Africa, if not one of the best 12s in the world, but they still stick with the same combinations that work. So what they're going to have to find here, irrespective, Tommy Freeman might be the best player, but play him on the wing and play guys in the center combination that know how to play together. So I think, honestly, right now for this tour, England has to find those combinations where they can build cohesion first of all, get players that are in form, and maybe build form with a few players as well. Players that maybe weren't in form for certain reasons. There's a lot of reasons why some players aren't in form. Their club's not good, their forward pack's not good, so they don't look good. They don't have good guys outside them, around them. The guys they're playing against are just way better than they are when it comes to the team. So, I mean, a guy like Seb Atkinson, he hasn't been playing for the best team this year, but put him in a Northampton Saints team, how much better will he look? So there's all these questions you have to ask, all these combinations I think England have to start being consistent with. I think by the end of the Nations Championship, or by the end of the year, which is the Nations Championship still, which I'm so excited about, before the Six Nations next year, I think they honestly have to start realizing who are the combinations they're going with for the World Cup, because this is the year before the World Cup. Of course, everybody wants to win the Nations Championship, but you still have to prepare for the World Cup, because everybody wants to win the World Cup. And England is one of those teams, they're a very good World Cup team. I will never not think that England has a good chance to win the World Cup. And even with this squad that's been performing the way they have, I still think they have a good chance to win the World Cup because it's just a part of the England rugby DNA. Like just like it is South Africa and just like it is New Zealand as well. It's a part of their DNA to be good at a World Cup. So I think right now they have to take the right measures to also, of course, they're going to try win these games, but they need to take the right measures to build the right combinations to aim for the World Cup win next year. So that's just what I think. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Let me know what you think of the squad announcement. Personally, me as a neutral, I'm excited to see the squad. I can kind of now, after seeing it, kind of picture and piece together who I think will be the starting lineup in my head, who will be the 23. Obviously, a few questions to be asked about some combinations and the bench as well, but I will do a video of my predicted lineup and who I think Steve Borthwick will pick for that opening game coming up later this week. So if you do enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button and stick around. There's going to be a lot more, but I am very excited for this team. Some exciting backline players, a mixture of experience and inexperience. Guys like Noah Caliori is going to be awesome. Seeing Emmanuel Faber also finally back consistently, I can't wait for it. I hope you guys can't wait for it too. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.